Hello, we're back. Today we're going to make a trivet that's going to look like an orange. You'll need a pattern. This is just a large circle. It's 10-inch in diameter. A leaf that's about, 5.5 inches long and 2.5 inches wide. I cut these out on my Cricut. If you don't have one, you can just find a pattern, anything that's wide enough. This is 10 inches, and I gave you the measurements for this. You'll need those patterns. This is a back piece, solid orange. This is the top piece, the polka dot orange. And this is some fleece, but you can also use batting. You'll need one of each cut out in the circle. And for your leaf, you're going to use felt. You can also use cotton and make it that way, but I think it's easier just to use some felt. I've already cut mine out from my pattern. I want to show you how to layer it, to sew it. There's something else you need. You're going to need some bias tape. And you will need 4 inches of this. Once you've cut this off for 4 inches, just sew it together down here. And then I'll come back and show you what to do next, but you'll need to just sew this down 4 inches, the bias tape. And it's in brown. So when you layer it, you put your fleece down first, then put your top material with the good side facing up, and then your bottom page material on top of your top. Now the bottom, this one doesn't matter which direction, but if you had a good side or a bad side, the good side would be facing the good side of your top material. So this is how you layer it. We're going to go to the machine. We're going to cut this out and sew it. Once we sew it, you're going to fold it in half. Pin it between your two fabrics like this. I'm going to go ahead and cut it so that you'll get a full understanding on how to do it. So this is 4 inches. You're going to sew across here. Then you're going to fold this together. Place it between your two fabrics this way, facing down. Place it in there. Get your pin to pin it down. You're pinning it through all of your pieces. Okay? And you're going to go ahead and pin all the way around. When you sew, leave an opening on one of the sides. Doesn't matter which side you use. I'll probably do this side, but doesn't matter. But I just need to put some pins or something here just to signify that I do not sew in this area, but I sew all the way around and come back. So let's go do that and then we'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. Here I have sewn all the way around and left this opening. I'm going to turn it out. This is a very easy project, very beginner friendly. Already looking cute. Okay, see, I wanted to show you this part so you could see how I sewn it. Before I put it in here, I sewed it together because it's double fold, so I just folded it together and pinned it on the inside. What I might suggest if you want to do before we do our top stitching is put an iron, fold this in and then iron it. Do a good press and then go around and sew. We're just going to do a top stitch all the way around. See it? So you're going to fold this in and pin it. think I won't do all that online. But you'll just fold that in, pin it, and then do a top stitch all the way around, closing everything off. And then we'll be back for our next step. Okay, I have everything top stitched now. So that part is done. I'm going to sew, I call it like a burst, a sun here. Not all the way to the end. I'm going to draw it on this piece of paper. Not all the way to the end, but just like this. And then we'll make another cross. Not all the way to the end, and then just one. Top stitching it. I'll show you on one that I've done. I think you can see this, how it's drawn here, here, and here. You're just going to top stitch that on here with your matching thread, and then we'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and you can see the burst, the lines I did. The last thing we're going to do is add the leaf. I'm going to put mine in. Oh, you know what else I did? Because I didn't like this tail. I cut this part, that little tail thing off, because I didn't like it. Now we're just going to add this tail. That you can do this side or that side, it doesn't matter. We're going to add that to it. Now I'm going to use green, because the leaf is green, to sew it down. I'm just going to go right down the center. Now those who quilt, if you want to decorate your leaf, please by all means go ahead and do that. I think that will just add more character to it. As well as this, if you're a quilter and you want to go ahead and do a lot of stuff in here, you can do that. The point of this is just so that when they wash it, it won't fall apart, that the tops and the bottoms will just stay together. But if you want to go in here and do some real fancy quilting, that's okay. I don't have that kind of machine, and I'm not that type of I'm not talented in that area. But if you are and you enjoy doing that, yes, have fun with it. These are just gifts we're giving away. It's not supposed to look store-bought. It's supposed to look like it is. It's homemade. And people appreciate the effort that you went through to create something. So I'm going to put this on here. I kind of want it halfway off and part of it off and part of it on. And I'm just going to sew matching thread straight down here. Now I know you might be concerned about it's green on this side, but it's going to be green on the other side. That's okay, because this is the side that's shown. When they use it, they'll use it with this part type up. So let's go do that, and then we'll be back. So here we are done. Here's a finished project, really cute. These are trivets. People can put your hot things on as you bring them out of the oven. There you go. Very simple, very easy. Bye for now.